If your revenue is inconsistent right now, I know exactly what you are about to do. You are probably very close to buying another marketing course. You are thinking about tearing down your whole website and building a more complicated funnel. Or worse, you are considering launching a cheap $27 offer just to get some quick cash in the door. Don't do it. Do not do it. You do not have a revenue problem. You have a positioning problem, and it is hiding right behind a nervous system block. I recently sat down with a highly educated, brilliant founder who was completely stuck and swirling for months. She was swirling, trying to figure out how to sell her expertise. After one conversation where we shifted her positioning, she went from completely stuck to confidently pitching a $50,000 corporate contract in just 24 hours. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how we did it. See, when your revenue is stuck under $10,000 a month, the loudest advice on the internet tells you to diversify. They tell you to create multiple streams of income, build low ticket products, to cast a wider net. They are wrong. And if you're a service-based founder with high level expertise, diversifying right now is actually killing your revenue. You're creating all of these different offers because you are straddling the fence. You are putting 50% of your trust in one safe offer and 50% in another. And the Bible says, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Well, a double-minded founder creates a highly unstable business. You are not diversifying out of strategic brilliance. You are doing it out of a fear of lack. You are creating small, safe offers because you are terrified that if you only sell your premium offer, people will say no. And you don't need more offers. You need leverage. You need to clarify your core insights so powerfully that people confidently say yes to the big thing. So let's talk about the founder who pitched that $50,000 contract, because her situation might sound a lot like yours. She has a PhD and deep, incredible expertise in social impact and justice frameworks. Her true mission, the thing that God put on her heart, is to protect marginalized communities who are often treated as disposable by large corporations. But see, she was stuck. She was leaning toward only working with nonprofits and small social enterprises. Why? Because it felt safe. She couldn't figure out how to make for-profit corporations care about the communities she wanted to serve. So she was unconsciously avoiding the very rooms where she could make the biggest impact. She was falling into a trap that almost every mission-driven founder falls into. She was confusing the beneficiary with the buyer, and I had to stop her and separate the two. I told her the people you are serving, the community, they are the beneficiaries, but they are not the ones paying the invoice. If you want to build a highly profitable business without striving, you have to clearly define your buyer. And the buyer and the beneficiary aren't always the same. In her case, the buyer is the corporate leader who has a completely different set of metrics and motivations than the beneficiary. And you cannot sell your work if you don't know who is actually paying the invoice. So once we separated the buyer from the beneficiary, we had to fix her messaging. We didn't change her God-given genius. We did not change her mission. We just changed her vocabulary to meet the buyer where they're at. We took her brilliant academic justice frameworks and we translated them into Fortune 50 language. In the corporate world, if you walk into a boardroom and talk strictly about academic theory or social frameworks, their eyes start to glaze over. But if you walk into that same boardroom and talk about risk mitigation, protecting shareholder value, and future proofing the business against massive public relations disasters, suddenly they're listening. We mapped her purpose driven work directly to their corporate KPIs. We showed her how to use public shareholder reports to prove to these companies that her work wasn't just a nice to have, it was a critical necessity for their survival. And when you speak the buyer's language, a $50,000 price tag is no longer expensive. It is a highly strategic investment. And this is exactly how you flip what I call the value equation. See, value is simply the benefit your client receives divided by the cost, the money, time, and energy they have to spend. And when you learn how to articulate the massive benefit of your work in a language your client actually understands, the benefit heavily outweighs the cost. But there is a catch, and it's a big one. When you start pitching at this premium level, you are going to face rejection, guaranteed. It's a natural part of the premium sales cycle. And if you are not careful, that rejection will trigger your nervous system and send you right back into what I call the four walls. And those four walls are fear, doubt, worry, and exhaustion. And so during my session with this founder, she slipped up and asked, okay, so let me think about who is the person who is buying me. And I had to stop her immediately. I said, they are not buying you because you cannot be bought. You are too expensive. They are buying your work. You have to decouple your identity from your work. And if a corporation says no to your proposal, they are saying no to the timeline, the budget, or the specific method. That does not diminish your worth. Your character, your God-given identity, and your calling remain completely intact. So I want you to stand on that, okay? See, when you anchor your daily actions to your deepest mission, you build a psychological shield and you stop selling your worth and you start boldly advocating for the work because you know it's transformational. See, you don't have a revenue problem. You have a positioning problem, and that is entirely fixable. And if you're tired of muddy messaging and you want to know exactly how to position your under-leveraged expertise to command premium rates, you need to master these revenue levers. I break down this exact methodology in my free revenue and profit growth guide. It shows you the core profit drivers that Fortune 50 brands use and how you can apply them to your own business today to maximize your impact and your income. Click the link in the description to download it for free. And when you do, you'll also be added to my private newsletter where I send out high-level strategic advisory insights directly to your inbox. So stop straddling the fence, decide who your buyer is, translate your value, and step into the rooms that you very well belong in. I'll see you in the next video.